come on, we can do better than that. Good afternoon. There we go. You might think you're here for you, but you're not. I am Richard Crespin, and I am the president of Shared Expertise. I am the executive director of the Corporate Responsibility Officers Association, and I am the chairman of the Commit Forum, and it is my pleasure, in fact, it is my honor to welcome you all this morning or this afternoon to the 2011 Commit Forum. Thank you. Thank you. We call it the Commit Forum because it does exactly that. It calls upon all of you to make commitments to change the world. Now, I know that most of you come here from organizations, and that means that you come here with boards of directors and supervisors and attorneys and compliance officers, all of whom will tell you what you can and most likely cannot commit to. But without relieving you of any of those obligations, I also want to remind you that you are all individuals. And as individuals, you have the power to commit. You have within your capabilities the ability to change the world as individuals because you can make real commitments. The corporation is the single greatest contributor to human health, wealth, and well-being that the world has ever known. And that is why we in this room have an incredibly important obligation to ensure that business maximizes its positive impact on the world and our natural environment and our society while minimizing or eliminating the negative. That's what I mean when I use those words, corporate responsibility. A few years ago, I had the fortunate opportunity to help found the Corporate Responsibility Officers Association. And at that time, I made a profound error. I thought that CROs would be like CFOs, that one day almost every company would have a CRO. But what I've come to realize over the last 2 or 3 years is that companies don't have one CRO. They have dozens, if not hundreds or thousands. In fact, in some senses, we are all corporate responsibility officers. We all have the ability to impact and influence the responsibility of the companies that we work for, invest in, and live next to. And that is why today, with nobody else's blessing but my own, I hereby deputize all of you as corporate responsibility officers. And I want you to take the next day and a half and really think, act, and behave as if you are corporate responsibility officers with the ability to make commitments to changing the world. The next day and a half, the next few hours that we spend together are charged with possibility. There is so much possibility here in this room. People complain about conferences. They say, you know, at a conference you don't get anything done. There's no real business that gets done there. Ladies and gentlemen, not now. Not here, not this next day and a half. This next day and a half, we have the power to convene each other. We have the power to encourage each other and cause each other to do great things and make big commitments. We built the forum on 3 platforms: inspire, educate, act. On this stage, you are going to be inspired. You are going to hear from people who are thinking the big thoughts, making the big moves, that are taking on some of the world's most intractable problems. In our breakout sessions, you're going to learn from the real practitioners, the soldiers in the trenches that are making these commitments happen. And then we've dedicated huge swaths of the agenda to our unconference salons, to our working groups and our workshops, where you can translate inspiration and education into action. We have out here in our exhibit hall, we have 4 salons dedicated to the return on investment, the environment, the community, and the profession. In those salons, we have given you dedicated facilitators, experts in their field who can help you translate what you're hearing on stage into the actions that you can take tomorrow. We've also worked with our NGO partners to help articulate clear commitments that you can learn about, sign up for, and help participate in and help make happen. In fact, I want to just take a moment to highlight a couple of the commitments that have already been made in the lead up to the conference as part of our 100 Commitments in 100 Days campaign. You are already changing the world just in the actions that you've taken before we even got in this room together. Already almost 60 of you have told us that in the last 98 days leading up to the forum, you've made new commitments. And I want to just spotlight a few of those. Alcoa has designated $350,000 to support the development of the Global Reporting Initiative's G4 standards. AT&T has pledged to reduce electricity consumption by 17% in 2011 and launch new programs in this year to reduce power consumption by $40 million. HP is helping NetHope expand training programs in Latin America and Africa by over 1,000 students. They're helping mothers-to-mothers reach 20,000 HIV-positive women and their newborns, and they're working with TOSTAN to support women's leadership programs to reduce abuse of women in West Africa. Our friends at Molson Coors have joined the Water Disclosure Project, are developing the most engaged workforce in their industry when it comes to corporate responsibility and citizenship, and are engaging their consumers to protect the communities, to protect the environments and the communities in which they operate. Nestle has committed to leading its industry in advancing recycling. Sprint has committed to designing and procuring eco-friendly products, and Tyco has designated $2 million in a commitment to action against hunger to bring safe drinking water to some of the world's most vulnerable communities. And lastly, Western Union has heard the call and is committed to helping to develop 10,000 new jobs over 3 years by supporting the creation of 1,000 new micro, small, and medium enterprises with new funding, technical assistance, and business training. Let's give those guys a round of applause. That's incredible. And that's just in the 98 days leading up. We've got 2 more days to put us over the line and get to 600, to 100. Well, we can go to 600 if you want, but we're going for 100. And I just want to tell you about a couple of the commitments that you can participate in while you're here. ASQ and the CROA, along with our friends at ISM, are sponsoring a research project to bring quality and responsibility practices into the supply chain. You can sign up here to participate in that research program and help to expand the knowledge base. The Center for Green Schools, part of the United States Green Building Council, is working to improve the lives of our children as they go to school, to make their school buildings more healthy, more environmentally friendly, and more energy efficient. Our friends at Corporate Voices for Working Families are dedicated to ensuring that we have a sustainable and responsible workforce ready for the 21st century. They need your help. And lastly, the Global Reporting Initiative is here seeking your input on the G4 standards. You can see here there is a broad variety of things you can participate in, some that require your thought leadership, some that would require your money, but all of them need your commitment and need your help. Now, we couldn't have done this all. We couldn't be bringing and creating this space for you without the generous contributions of our sponsors. I have to mention our platinum sponsor, HP, not because I have to, but because I want to. I love HP, and they've done a really great job in helping us to put on this program. Our friends at Abbott, SAP, and Zurich are our major sponsors, and together with all of our sponsors and underwriters and all of our NGO, media, and event partners, they have really helped to ensure that this space here is something that can be really powerful for you. And I want to encourage you not only to meet with them, but also to tell the rest of the world about what's going on here. Inside this room, we've given you wireless access. You can log on to Netgear and get wireless access. You can tweet about us using hashtag #CommitForum, all one word. I hope you'll do that. We've also created several large media opportunities. There's over 20, I think, over 28 registered and credentialed press here that want to hear your stories. We've also set up a facility out here with Planet Forward, which is a video news organization to help document your reactions, your commitments, and your decisions that you're making here and the work that you're making. I also want to point out that in your programs, you can learn about all of the commitments that I've talked about in all the different programs, but there's also a commitment form there. And what I want you to do is really think about how you can fill out that form, either for yourself or for your organization, and you can leave it with our registration desk, or you can leave it underneath the big banner here where we'll be collecting the commitments that come out of the next day and a half. Lastly, I want to point out a few key resources that are here in the room for you as you're here over the next few days. First of all, right here to my left is my friend, the CEO of Shared Expertise, Elliot Clark. Elliot, let's give Elliot a hand. And in addition to being the CEO, Elliot is a real resource for you when it comes to employee engagement and corporate responsibility. Here's my friends over here to my right are Kim Gilliam and Teresa Tronalone. They are your navigators for the next 2 days. If you need anything or need any help, they can help you get there. I see right here at this table is Vince Albergato, and Vince is the membership director for the CROA. If you want to take my challenge to you seriously and become a member of the CROA and really be a CRO, I hope that you'll talk to Vince and join us with that. Is Adam here? Is Adam Bleifeld in the audience? Oh, there's Adam. There's Adam and Gail Tedeschi right there. They really helped to assemble the corporate support that we have for this event. If you're interested in helping us continue to put on the good work of the forum, I hope that you'll talk to them. Now, in closing, I just want to say, again, you might think you're here for you, but you're not. You represent organizations. Yes, you do. You represent yourself. Yes, you do. But you are not here for you, and you are not here for them. We are all here today for the future generations that come after us. We are here for our children and for our grandchildren. And that is the work that will make this forum meaningful. If we can keep that focus, if we can make sure that we all work to think about the commitments that we can make that have the potential to change the world, then, ladies and gentlemen, that will have been a good Commit Forum. Thank you.